Hello guys, this is ZagaTech FX. In this video tutorial, I'm going to talk about ADX system, ADX indicator, how to use ADX indicator. It is very simple. Is in your indicator in your MT4. You can add them, average that directional movement, that is ADX under trend. So without further ado, let's get started. These are okay. I'm using C-Trader 3.3 from ICM. So let me close this off, and then let me close this off, and I'm going to show you how to add indicator here, which I've already done in the first video I showed you guys. And yeah, let's do some stuff here. Sorry about the delay, guys. Okay, now I think I have to add ADX in one of the indicator here. Let me use this. Let me detach this from the charts. Good. Now I need to add ADX, average directional movement. So let me go to frequency, or I have to right click here, come to indicators, then go to trend, right? Oscillator, trend, average directional movement. Yes, that is the trend and directional movement system, that is ADX. I see, click on it, then it's going to pop up. You can also add it from this F here, then DI1, DI minus, DI plus, ADX line, 40 minutes. I have to, since I'm doing it in a small time frame, I have to change this period to 10. Let me leave it that way. Then I have to add level. Click on levels and add level to let me add level of 20. Then make the color white. I have to make the color white. Sorry guys, to click and make the color white. Okay, and I have to click OK. Then simple, the indicator is going to load up instantly. Now this you see below is an ADX indicator, which is very simple and very easy to understand. This indicator doesn't repent, but it lags. It gives you right signal, but it lags. That's the main point. So you need to add a lot of few indicators to it before it works. So the ADX indicator, this directional movement indicator, which you see down here below, shows you what the market trend one. Then it shows you how strong a trend is. That's the another thing about this ADX. It shows you how strong or how weak the trend is. So if you're using it in higher time frame, like 1 hour, 4 hours, the one increase the period. You see, you guys saw where I changed the period to 10. Increase the period to what, to 14. Just leave it at default. Now if I proceed, let me say a little advantage of this ADX indicator. One, it gives you an excellent quantification trend strength. Like, you see what I'm talking about. I'll still explain these lines for you guys. That's one advantage of it. You need to know that it gives you quantify trend strength. It gives you it shows you how strong a trend is. If it's downward trend or upward trend, it shows you how strong the trend is. And due to the fact that it lags, if you enter, you have to quick exit the trade, because you don't know when the trend is going to cut off. But I'll still show you guys how to identify that. Then second advantage of this ADX is that it allows trader to see the strength of bulls and bear. That is strength of people that goes up, goes a long trade, or goes short at the same time. For example, when you come to this here now, it's more like, you see the strength of buyers, which is high very well, and low. When you click on it, say 15%, 16% here is going short. Why it's 4% is going buy. But ADX also show you that in using the as it is. I'll still show you guys down. Then the third example is that it's good at filtering, as it filters what we call trade duration accumulation period. That it filters it. I don't know if I'm speaking big English for you guys to understand. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for this big English though. So basically it filters the trade, it filters the market trends for you, and it's good in it's good in identifying trading conditions. That is it. So let me start speaking big English for you guys. So without further ado, let's see how it is now. Now this is ADX below. The first line here you see here is the ADX line, directional movement line. In the C-Trader, you call it directional movement system. In MT4, it's like directional movement index. Yeah, on that trend, when you click on your F1 indicator, then you switch to, it shows you directional movement. Click on it, you see it. Then do the settings yourself, and always add level of 20. Now, this is ADX line. This green line you see here, I changed the color to green. is DI plus and DI minus, or I call it buy, or the red one is sell, or I call it long or short. Note, you need to understand that, you need to note that in your head down. The green, I'll change the color to green, which is buy. I change this color to red, which is what? Sell. Then the line you see up here, which is in a gray form, is what we call ADX line, which is in 10 period. When you take your mouse there, you see it's in 10 what? Moving period. Now, let's see what is happened. Then this 20 here is a range between two moving trends. A range, that's the range, as in range between up and down, like half of the trend, to know if the trend is high or so. So how do you use this? How do you use this IDX? First of all, let's identify some moving trend like this. Okay, let me use this as an example. You see this? Okay, let me use this one as an example now. The ADX line is above, and the green line, sorry, red line, which is the DI minus, crosses over the blue line, which shows a sell signal, but you don't have to enter until it crosses over the 20 lines, or 20 minimum level line here. You see the 20 level line which I added before, which I added on the level, until it crosses it over. Now see what happens. See what happens here. Let me use this cross here and show you guys something. Yes, let me detach it again. Now this is what happens. I'm talking about this trend here, right? Yeah, I'm talking about this trend here. Now it crosses this line. When you watch here, it shows you a sell signal. Then when it crosses down, it begins to cross. It didn't cross the 20 lines, this red white line I inserted here. It went to that 20 line and came back again, which is here, is sold. Then the green line, which is a buy signal, came up again to it. That shows you this long buy candlestick here, you see. Then the red line, which is the DI minus line, or the sell line, now came up and crossed the 20 line. Therefore the ADX line is above it. You see what is happening here? ADX line above it. Then the third candlestick, the last candlestick, which is here, is when you enter the trade. You see, that's why I said earlier before that it shows you the trade, but it doesn't. You don't know when you have to enter the trade. But this one, you have to enter to this plus. If you already know before the time of this signal to form, you would have entered the trade and maybe in this candlestick and take profit below. But this ADX shows you, it doesn't repent at all, but it shows you a signal in a late form. It lags and show you the signal. It follows the trend movement. So since it has crossed this line now, you have to enter short, go sell. Now as long as this ADX line drags it up, goes up, it continue to sell, and also drags the yellow line. It's more like it also drags the yellow line, the red line to with it, continue to go high. The more it continues to go high, the more you have a strong sell. Do you understand that? I hope you guys understood what I'm trying to explain now. This is ADX line. It always stays on top. So anytime it comes down, it picks any of this signal, any of this trend, maybe buy or sell. Say, brother, let me take brother Joe. Let me call this the buy signal, brother Joe, and the red signal, brother Gerald. So he came down and took brother Gerald up. I was dragging him up to hang out with him, and he continued to sell, continue to sell, and later at this point in time, then there's a price rejection here, went up, down, price rejection, which shows there's going to be a change in reverse in trend. There's a price rejection under this, here, which is the support here. There's a very high price rejection here. Now the ADX line begins to fall. It begins to fall, which drags the green line up. Drags the green line up, and the green line crosses over to this. So if you are too smart enough and enter the trade here, you can choose to pick at least, let me say, 20 pips or so, depending. Yeah, 20 pips. Let's say you just pick 20 pips of profit. Just set your take profit as 20 pips. That is it. If you've seen the ADX line going higher and higher and higher, you can take your profit at 20 pips or so in profits, depending on your risk management or concerning your account or equity. So now since that red line crosses above and went up with ADX line, it sells. Then if the green line comes again above and go up with the ADX line, it goes buy. Understand that rule now. So when the green line is up, when the green line here, which is buy signal, is up, it goes buy. When the red line comes up, it goes there. But what this pattern here now, then the ADX line came down to this spot is no longer up here. It came down to this spot. I urge you to avoid such trade. Avoid such trade when you see something like this, because you don't know the direction of the market. You see, it's what is happening. You don't know the direction of the market when the ADX is below, the red line is here, the green line, they are ranging between each other. So avoid what the market. Don't say it will go up, it go down. Don't try it at all. Now see what happens now. Then there's, after the ranging of the market between this line, there is a crossover here. That is the red line crosses over the green, which you can see here. You can see this at this spot. Oh, it's too much. So the green line crosses over, the red line crosses over and crossed over the 20. Then now say, wow, this has crossed over 20. I think I'm gonna go sell. But be careful on how you go sell, because the ADX line is below. You can go sell on a short period of time, like do a scalping method here. If you see this green line crosses over the 20 level line, you can take short. You can just do small scalping and take profit and get out of the market, because the ADX line is not above them. So when you take and hold and watch the movement of ADX line and it continues to go up, you can maybe scalp and put your take profit one or two take profit. You can scalp and take one profit and leave the rest and push your stop loss to break even, and wait for it and see what is happening. So as long as it goes up, you are profiting. That's how it continues to fall. The red line continues to go up, and the market trend continues to go down until it gets to where there's a rejection. So note that in your head. Anywhere you see something like this, note that there is a market rejection. Do I go down? No. Should I go up? No. Do I go up? No. Do I go down? No. Do I go up? Let me take one direction. You see what is happening? So here, let me minimize this a little. So here there was a market rejection. Here also market rejection. So take note of that. You see here again, before it went by, market rejection. A lot of market rejection before it changed direction. So ADX will help you identify when the trend moves. You identify the direction it moves, and be careful of when it breaks out a support. Let's say that this is a support and this is also a resistance level. Even if it goes up and breaks your support, resistance level here, which is this line here, you can go buy, or breaks here and you can go sell. But be careful of faking out support or faking out resistance. Be careful on that. So this indicator can help you out. And when you see this ADX line up very high and it breaks out, free to enter the trade. Yes, definitely you're going to at least profit 15 to 10 pips in profit, depending on your lot or your depending on the volume you use or lot size you use and the quantity of your equity you have. That's the cash you have in your bank of FX, something like that. Now, as it drags the red line up again, it continues to sell. Now the green line came up again, it bought. You see what is happening? So it gave you signal here, which the green line crosses over the up and also crosses the red line, and the ADX line is still above. Then you have to go a little buy, pick the profit of buy, and whenever you see something like this, you exit the market, because you don't know the direction until you see this movement again. Now the green line is above 20 and ADX line is below. So even if you enter such trade like this, be careful of that. Be very careful, because the ADX line is low and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know whether it's going to pick up this red line, which is DI minus, or a negative like sell signal, sell trend here. And you don't know whether it's going to pick it up. And this green line here, which is DI plus, will come down and pick it up, and you'll be in loss. So be very careful on how you use it. So the ADX line is very simple and it filters everything. I've told you guys the advantage of it, and the disadvantage of it is because it lags very well. Any indicator that lags, note this down, any indicator that lags gives a right signal, but any indicator that repents doesn't last. It gives you a signal in time, but you know, maybe the signal will be shifting until it gets to a point where you're going to reverse. And using this ADX indicator, you need to add few things to it before you use it to trade. Don't just trade ADX indicator. You may see a crossover here, but you don't know whether it's going to go by. So any indicator or any moving average or any VI or RCI or any indicator you have, you can add it up and, you know, enter before the thing pulls up. And always watch the ADX wire line here. So that is it. That is how simple ADX line is, and how fast it's all about. So ADX line is very simple and it's very easy to understand. It's very good to use. It filters the market and so on and so forth. So if you want to go long trade, like long swing trade, period of 14, if you want to use, and also higher time frame like 1 hour, 4 hours, period of 14. If you want to go use lower time frame like 30, 15 or so, use 10 or adjust it yourself, you understand. But for me, see, when I take my mouse here, you see I used 10 here. You see 10 period, and each of them has its own period of movement, 10 and 10, understand, for a lower time frame. So I'm on 15 minutes time frame here. So if I increase it to 1 hour, you also see what is going to happen, like 15 minutes. Let me say I'll increase it to 20 minutes time frame, and it changes to 20 minutes time. When it changes to 20 minutes time frame, allow it to load, and it's good. ADX is going to show you the direction also. You see what happens here. So ADX is a very nice indicator for you to use to trade. So I think I've covered a lot. So what you have to note down is this: the ADX line always stay on top. These two green line and red line, DI plus, DI minus, which is red line, the going short and going long. So anyone the ADX line attracts, it goes that way. It goes in the direction of sell. If it attracts green, it goes buy. Note that down in your diary, on your dictionary, or on your diary or notebook or notepad on your phone or smartphone, to always remember that. So it's very simple to use and it's very easy for you to understand. So that's how you can use ADX and, you know, enter a trade and at least pick 15 pips of profit. So all these things, all this indicator that is implanted in the MT4 is very useful. So if you can get advanced one of it, like, you know, modify one of it that have this different period and different ratio and other things, it's good to go. But ADX is also good. So thank you guys. This is ZagaTech FX signing off. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and give me a thumbs up if I did well in my talking. No, it's not easy. Alright guys, see you guys later. Bye for now.